Extra, extra! Read all about it! Celebrity dame shot dead! Cops suspect foul play! Extra, extra!
Yes, you'll read the headlines in all the papers. Lana Worth, famed starlet, shot dead in her apartment. What the headlines won't tell you is the story that happened behind the scenes and the people who were a part of it. Like me, for instance, Joe Thompson, a promising, brilliant, handsome young writer whose genius has gone unrecognized for too long. And Marge, that beautiful dame who rebuffed the advances of said writer, probably because she's used to making poor life choices.
So, you're a writer, Joe. What have you published?
Well, I haven't published anything yet, but people have said I'm promising, brilliant, and handsome.
Oh, really? What people?
My mother, for one. Now leave me be, I've got a novel to write. Seriously, what a bitch. But this story isn't about that. Oh, it was originally. But it all changed when I got writer's block and decided to ask my agent for help. That agent referred me to the one and only Lana Worth, actress, writer, iconoclast. It was Lana who helped turn this romance novel into a crime story for the ages.
I really love this story, you know. It's so honest. The only part I don't understand is the ending.
What's wrong with the ending?
Well, it's clear Marge and the protagonist have no chemistry at all. So it's a bit odd that she chooses him over the other suitor.
Liar. Marge loves me, goddammit, and I'll kill you for saying otherwise. Did I just give away the ending to the movie? Maybe. I said I was a promising writer, not a good one. But you'll have to see it to find out. Coming to a theater near you, The Boulevard, an OEI motion picture production.
Coming to a theater near you, Dick Petty and the drag strip Dolly. He's the man behind the wheel with grease in his hair and lead in his foot. She's his arch rival with a chassis that'll make your motor roar. Va-va-vroom!
You hear the news? Some girl from uptown sending out a challenge to all the Graces on the west side.
Ha! That's a laugh. There ain't a car in the world faster than Roddy. It's grease lightning on a 2-lane blacktop.
And she knows it. That's why she doesn't want to race me. She wants to do a chicken run.
But you ain't chicken, boss. A turkey, maybe, but chicken, not a chance.
That's right. I don't know the meaning of fear. A teacher tried to tell me once, so I dropped out of the 2nd grade and became a drag racer instead.
That's a great story, boss. Still, you think you might want to wear a helmet next time?
Helmets are for cowards, just like seatbelts in work and brakes. Now let's go, the boys are waiting.
What happened there, boss? You lose your nerve?
No, he wasn't there.
Then what happened?
I was driving ahead, pedal to the metal, but then I made the mistake of looking up, and that's when our eyes met. She was the bee's knees, a real drag strip Dolly. I knew right then I couldn't let anything happen to her, so I swerved out of the way.
Really, Dick? You know what they're saying out there, right? They're saying you're chicken.
I'm not a chicken, damn it. I'm in love.
It's a story of thrills, chills, and head-on collisions. Coming this summer, it's Dick Petty and the drag strip Dolly.
Picture a woman looking at a picture. The motion kind. The woman watching is Candace Booker. Once a brilliant star, her shine has faded in the light of a new day. Formerly on cloud 9, her forecast for the next decade is never-ending rain. Struck down, she finds herself lying in the street, trying desperately to write down the license number of the double-decker bus that ran her over. A bus called Fame.
Miss Booker, would you like some tea? It's almost noon and you've been in this room all day.
Tell me, Mr. Perkins, when you look at this picture, what do you see?
I don't know, Miss Booker. I just walked in.
You see nothing, because it's empty. Films today are artless drivel designed for simpletons, perfect for today's youth, what with their jukeboxes and fast cars and rock and roll. Whatever happened to charm and romance? Whatever happened to the 1930s?
Well, it wasn't good times for most people, Miss Booker. There is a reason they call it the Depression.
And what do you think I am now? Happy? No. I'm more depressed than I've ever been.
I don't think that's what they mean by depression, Miss Booker.
Then what do they mean, Mr. Perkins? Christ, that's just another thing that's wrong with today's youth, always speaking in jive. They don't have the class of a Marcus Grant or an Arthur Stewart. Why isn't he in this picture?
Isn't Mr. Stewart dead?
He is. And his rotting corpse is twice the man these greases will ever be. In fact, we should dig him up. Then they'll see. They'll all see.
It's the story of two washed-up actors, one living, one dead, on the beach we call Hollywood. It's two people who were once the bee's knees, coming to the realization that when you can fly, knees are not a critical part of your anatomy. Coming to theaters this summer, it's Falling Stars. A story you won't soon forget, about a time you've long since forgotten.
In an age where monstrous beasts roamed the land and virgin eaters stormed the skies, there was only one man the people could turn to in their darkest hour. Grognak the Barbarian. Watch him go toe-to-tail with the evil man Saurian in this one-of-a-kind motion picture event.
Soon, Grognak, your entire village and all its sultry virgins will belong to me, and there's nothing you can do.
Tell me, you stupid lizard, which half of you is man, top or bottom?
What difference does that make to you?
Because when Grognak rips off that pathetic worm between your legs, he wants to make sure it never grows back.
My tail is not pathetic.
Grognak was not talking about your tail. Will the Mansaurian unleash the deadly virgin eater upon the land? Or will Grognak escape his bonds and save the fair village maidens? Find out in this special Hubris Comics presentation of Grognak the Barbarian. They hunted him down, they stormed his village, and they ruined his picnic. But these were no ordinary ants. They were vicious beasts sent by the queen of six-legged terrors, the Ant Agonizer. Hubris Comics presents The Ants of Agony 2!
So at last, you've penetrated the court of the Antagonizer, queen of all ants.
If there is one thing Grognak knows, it is penetration. But there is another thing he knows. You are not an ant. You are an antique. And now you are history.
Lies! If you shall not bow before your ant queen, then bleed before the Antagonizer.
Grognak does not bleed. He crushes. Will our hero put an end to the antics of evil? Or will the Ant-Agonizer colonize humanity from now until the end of time? Find out in this motion picture extravaganza. Grognak and the Ants of Agony 2! In the deepest jungles, where only the most terrifying creatures dared live, There was one man who called himself king. Grognak the Barbarian. Watch him fly through the trees, wrestle exotic beasts, and tame savage beauties in this harrowing tropical adventure.
Grognak, you must help my baby. The shaman says he's hungry for milk, but I fed him already and he won't stop crying.
Do not worry. Grognak is skilled at quieting children.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh my God! You killed my baby!
Foolish woman, that was not your baby. It was a bat baby, and the only thing it's hungry for is blood.
You're only half right, Barbarian. That was indeed my baby. For I am the Bat Queen, and as payment for your insolence, my children will feed on you until your blood runs dry.
Grognak does not feed the children. He orphans them. Will Grognak stop the Bat Queen and save the jungle tribe? Or will her bat babies use the villagers as their own private bottle? Find out in this hubris comics presentation of Grognak and the Jungle of the Bat Babies. When a city is besieged by bandits and its queen seeks the aid of a magic lamp, only one man can be counted on to retrieve it. Grognak the Barbarian. Yet this is no ordinary genie, for his lamp has been buried for 1,000 years in cursed sands.
Oh, great and powerful genie, please grant my wish. My kingdom is at the mercy of bandits, and only your power can save it.
I will grant your wish, Queen. But in exchange, you and your people will submit to my rule.
So you'd make us all your slaves? That's not what I asked for at all.
Isn't it? You asked me to save you from the bandits. At no point did you specify the terms.
Tell me, you bag of hot air, can a genie grant his own wish?
I don't see why not.
Good, because when Grognak is through with you, you'll wish you'd never been born. Can no hero defeat the genie and the bandit horde? Or has the kingdom trapped itself in the walls of its own wish? Find out in this hubris comics presentation of Grognak the Barbarian in Demon Slays, Demon Sands. On a planet forged in fire and blood live maidens bred for war. Only one man stands between them and total annihilation. Grognak the Barbarian. Yet to save Earth, he must slay a four-armed goddess whose might is as infinite as space. Enter Maula, War-Maiden of Mars.
Heed my words, you pathetic earthlings. Maula has come to your cowardly planet with a single demand. You will bring her your greatest warrior, so she may remove his head.
Grognak accepts your challenge.
You? You are the Earth's champion? How many men have you slain? Where are the skulls on your belt?
Grognak does not wear the skulls of his enemies. He crushes them.
Ha! You may have bested the warriors of Earth, but your luck has run out. For today you face Maula, War-Maiden of Mars.
The only thing Grognak is out of is patience, which means you, Red Woman, are out of time. Will Grognak slay the War-Maiden and defend the Earth's honor? Or will Maula add his skull to her collection of champions? Find out in this hubris comics presentation of Grognak versus Maula, War-Maiden of Mars. High atop the snow-drenched mountains of Hibernia, upon peaks no mortal dare climb, lays an orb with the promise of spring. Only one man is virile enough to conquer its icy summit, Grognak the Barbarian. But these aren't just any snows. These are the fabled snows of lust.
My dear Barbarian, I fear you made a mistake in coming here. It is known that no mortal man can resist the snows of lust. For when you gaze upon its beauty, any desire to climb this mountain will be frozen solid.
It is you who tempt death, Siren, for you underestimate the fire in Grognak's loins.
By the winters of Asgard, such heat!
Now do you see, woman? Grognak's desire does not freeze, it burns! Will Grognak beat back the bordello of blizzards? Or will the snows of lust seduce our hero and leave the land in an endless winter? Find out in this special adventure, Grognak the Barbarian, Lost in the Snows of Lust. In the shadowy forests of Reynard lives a formidable adversary who fights with a quick wit and a sleight of hand. In all the world, only one man can be considered his better. Grognak, the Barbarian. Watch him match wits with a diabolical trickster in this tale of sharp minds and sharper swords.
You fell into my trap again, Grognak. And only by solving my riddles will you save yourself from death.
Grognak has no time to play your little boy games, Trickster.
Foolish barbarian, still using every muscle except the one that counts.
And what muscle would that be?
What do you think, you mindless ape? The brain!
Ha! Shows what you know. Grognak does not use his brain to count. He uses his fingers. The same fingers he will use to break your neck. Will Grognak solve the trickster's riddle? Or will this puzzling predicament be his ultimate undoing? Find out in this one-of-a-kind, brain-teasing adventure, Grognak the Barbarian in Here Cometh the Trickster! You've seen Grognak the Conqueror destroying the forces of evil and hearing the lamentations of their women. You've watched Grognak the Traveler sailing the forbidden sea to slay the great Leviathan, Two Tails. You've seen him match wits with the wily Mansaurian and tame the passions of the warrior princess, Femra. Now join him on his most exciting adventure as Grognak travels to New York. Sent to an alternate dimension by the warlock Skullpocalypse, Grognak must find his way home in a strange land filled with planes, trains, and automobiles, all while being hunted by the mob. You're a dirty rat, Grognak! You were supposed to take a dive in the 5th round, and now the Dons put a bounty on your head! Egg is on you, Sonny. Grognak cannot dive where there is no water, and he never met Don. For the last time, Don's not a name, it's a title. And another thing, you big dope, what's with throwing the other guy out the ring and into the popcorn stand? That ain't even boxing, it's wrestling. Jesus, Grog, it's like you were born in the Stone Age or something. Grognak does not know, but he tell you one thing. The Stony Age end tonight. Ah! Will Grognak make it back to his own time, or will the mob have our heroes swimming with the fishes? Find out in this special motion picture event, Grognak in New York.
From $1 a dance to a place in the spotlight, from the cold lap of a stranger to the hot lap of luxury, Edith Redding, a determined girl, climbed out of the seedy underpants of Chicago and into the nation's sweater vest, the very same sweater that warms the heart. But behind the fabric, Edith Redding had a secret. Her rise to stardom was launched by a catapult named Murder. Her partner in crime, a lab-created monster whose strength was as infinite as his shadow, a mutant.
Kill them all! Kill them all!
Let me help you, Edith. I'll get you to the right people, and they'll work with you because they'll want you. And they won't have to have their arms ripped out or their head crushed by a sledgehammer. They'll want you because you're good. Oh, try it, Edith. Try it that way. For me.
Rock critic, Charles makes famous, but Charles still too dumb for stupid, high-class dame like you!
It's a rag to riches story where fame has a price. It's about life in the fast lane with a past riding in the back seat offering directions. It's Love Me or Leave Me, a movie about real people, real dreams, and one mutant.
Critics and moviegoers agree, On the Waterfront is the greatest film of our time.
You want my philosophy in life? Do it to him before he does it to you. Then do it to his sister while you're at it.
Why his sister?
I don't know. Insult to injury.
Okay, I think I get it. So, if I'm walking past a homeless person, I should ask him for change.
No, that's not what I meant.
But you said do it to him. I'm asking him for money before he has the chance to ask me.
Look, it doesn't apply to everything. The point is, I'm a tough guy. What do you want, Father?
Your confession. Also, you're double parked, and I need the space.
Tell it to Jesus. If you want, I can deliver you to him.
Is that your solution for everything? Violence?
It used to be. But now I make an exception for homeless people. And last time I checked, Father, you got a roof over your head.
We've got the baddest bullies and the baddest harbor in the world. And you? You ain't so bad.
You ain't so bad yourself, Lee.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying I ain't so bad as in I'm a nice guy?
Yeah. Wait, what are you saying?
You know who the pistols are. In fact, there's one of them right in this room. We all know who he is, but we're afraid to say his name. And why? Because he'll shoot us? Well, that's probably a pretty good reason, but that's my parking space, and he has no right to take it.
It's a love story with brass knuckles. A heartwarming children's movie with gore and violence. It's the one motion picture you must see. On the Waterfront. It came from outer space, from where no one knows. For what reason, few cared. And yet, when the alien known as the Grillion stepped out of his flying saucer and shot the president, the people had no choice but to watch the skies.
Do not be alarmed, humans. I come in peace.
But you just shot the president!
Never mind that. It was an accident. But don't worry. I've already replaced your fleshy leader with my top lieutenant, Bort. You will find him more than capable of running your puny planet.
All hail, President Bort. All hail,
He's
President
a machine.
Bort.
How can he be trusted to run the country?
There's no limit to what Bort can do. He could destroy the Earth. He could balance the budget. Odds are, he will do at least one of those things. Either way, it is not my concern.
All hail, President Bort. All hail, President Bort.
Never before have you seen a creature like this. Cold, unfeeling, with laser cannons for arms and veto power over the House and Senate. It's a science fiction adventure you won't soon forget when President Bort goes to Washington. You've seen the attack of the 50-foot woman, as well as a blitzkrieg of the 60-foot Nazi. Now get ready for twice the horror and 3 times the heels, as we present to you the most frightening monster ever known to man.
Don't you see, Johnny? She was just an ordinary pork bum peddler. None of this would have happened if it weren't for that blasted cookie.
But it's just a fortune cookie. What's the harm in that?
That was no ordinary cookie. Not after the gamma rays had their way with it.
And that turned her into a monster?
Of course not. If anything, it gave her radiation poisoning. No, it wasn't the cookie that turned her into a monster. It was the fortune written inside.
Why? What did it say?
From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. It was Marx, Johnny. Karl Marx.
Oh, God. But that means...
That's right. They're coming. For you, for me, even the dog. And it's not with a gun in their hand or a bomb in the sky. They're doing it with snacks, Johnny. Little cookies that promise you the future, all while stealing it out from under you.
Can Johnny restore freedom and end the socialist threat? Will the health inspector discover the source of the gamma radiation? Find out in the most patriotic motion picture ever made, A Socialist's Fortune.
Coming to a theater near you, it's Teenagers from Outer Space. It's a horror movie 1,000 times more terrifying than anything you've ever seen. High on hormones, deliriously full of drugs, these teens are on a ray gun rampage you won't believe.
Just who do you think you are anyway?
I'm a teenager from space.
Watch as legions of irresponsible young adults terrorize this small town with one hormone-induced gambit after another.
What is it, Danny? What's got you so terrified?
Marge, statistics say there's nothing more dangerous than a teenager behind the wheel. Now, imagine that teenager behind the wheel of a flying saucer.
Oh my God! We have to do something.
We can't do anything. Don't you see? The insurance policies won't cover it.
Will Danny and Marge survive this invasion? Will they keep their teenage daughter from falling in love with her reckless alien captors? Find out in this one-of-a-kind motion picture event, Teenagers from Outer Space.